Have you ever wanted to put on a mask, tank, and fins and find out what's under the water? Well, come on in. You may have seen dolphins in zoos and aquariums. We know that dolphins are very intelligent animals and can easily learn all kinds of tricks. But we also know that this is not the natural home of dolphins. This is where dolphins naturally live, the open ocean. And we know that to truly understand dolphins, we must observe and study their behavior in their natural home. Dolphins are mammals. We are mammals too. That means that dolphins breathe air just like we do. Dolphins don't have gills like a fish does. Dolphins have lungs just like we do. We breathe through our noses, but dolphins breathe through a small hole on top of their heads. This allows dolphins to breathe with only a small part of their bodies out of the water. Even though dolphins live in the sea and swim far underwater, they must come to the surface each time they need to breathe. If they cannot come back to the surface, they will drown. Just like we do, dolphins live in complex, extended family groups. This is a family of spotted dolphins. You can identify the younger dolphins because they don't yet have spots. A dolphin's brain is extremely large compared to its body weight. This large brain gives the dolphin exceptional sensory abilities, especially hearing. Dolphins' bodies and sensory abilities are adapted for living in the ocean, and they can survive quite well until they run into something that's not natural, something they don't understand. Sometimes tuna fishermen use very large nets to catch great schools of fish. Many times large schools of tuna are found swimming under schools of dolphin. When the nets are dropped to catch the schools of tuna swimming below, the dolphin are also trapped. Dolphins don't understand how to escape the nets. Many dolphins drown when they are held underwater. Some American companies who buy and package tuna now say they will not purchase tuna taken when dolphins are killed. But in other countries, that is not the case, and dolphins are still being killed. Dolphins are mammals, just like us. They need to breathe air to live. They live in families, just like we do. They are very intelligent animals. But things that humans do have hurt and killed our cousins in the sea. Rays come in all shapes and sizes. Some rays, like this stingray, are bottom dwellers. They're a common sight in the shallows and sand flats of both warm and cold oceans. Other rays, like this giant Pacific manta, cruise the open oceans and are seldom seen. Rays are closely related to sharks. Like sharks, rays have no bones in their bodies. They have skeletons made of flexible cartilage, the same material that gives shape to our ears and nose. Like sharks, rays have long had a bad reputation, and like sharks, we have misjudged them. Some rays do have a sharp barb at the base of their tails, but this barb is a defensive weapon. If a ray is attacked, it can stab or impale the barb by whipping its tail against the body of the attacker. Rays occasionally harm humans, but it's only because we might accidentally step on one in shallow water. Rays are well adapted to the environments in which they live. Bottom-feeding rays have special mouths that have hard plates instead of teeth. This stingray can use its mouth to crush crabs or break open mollusks. A manta's mouth is adapted to filtering plankton and tiny animals from open water. This manta feeds by simply opening its mouth and swimming forward. Bottom-dwelling rays also have specially adapted gills that allow them to rest on the bottom or almost completely bury themselves under the sand. This stingray can pump water in through openings called spiracles located on top of its body. The water is forced through its gills and out through the slits on the underside of the ray. It's easy to determine if a ray is male or female. Male rays have rods called claspers located at the base of their tails. During mating, male rays use these claspers to fertilize the female. Rays are well adapted to their environment. Rays, like sharks, have skeletons made of cartilage, not bone. Some rays do have a stinger, but it is an entirely defensive weapon. We have nothing to fear from amazing rays. What makes a seabird different from the birds that might live in your backyard? Seabirds have special adaptations that help them survive in the marine environment. They may have webbed feet for swimming, and their bodies are extra buoyant to help them float easily. Special glands help them excrete the excess salt they ingest when eating food that comes from salty water. Seabirds are found where food is plentiful. Often, many different kinds of birds live in one area, but they may not be competing directly with neighbors for the food supply. Seabirds have adaptations that allow them to feed on different kinds of food. Some seabirds have long stilt-like legs. They wade through the shallows in search of food. Herons and egrets have long, flexible necks. They can strike at small fish in the shallows from some distance away. It may look as if they are stabbing their food with their sharp beaks, but they really open their bills and grab. Other seabirds have bills that are specially adapted to probe the shallows or even the sand flats to turn up small crustaceans or worms. Skimmers have bills that are especially designed to snatch food from the water. They fly just above the water and drop their lower bill just under the surface. When they touch a small fish, The impact is enough to bend the skimmer's head back, and they swallow their prey in one gulp. Pelicans are another seabird with a very specialized bill. Pelicans have a large pouch below their bills. When they see a fish, they scoop it up in their bills along with large quantities of seawater. They squeeze that water out through grooves in their bills and are left with fish to eat. Pelicans were almost completely wiped out because of a pesticide called DDT. When pelicans were exposed to this chemical, the shells of their eggs became very thin and often broke. Now that DDT is banned, pelicans have made a remarkable recovery. Gulls are a common sight along most shorelines. There are 43 different species found around the world. Unlike skimmer and the long-legged birds, gulls have no particular specialization, and that is one of the things that help them flourish. Gulls can and will eat almost anything, even human garbage. Seabirds are specially adapted to life in the marine world. Seabirds take food from the ocean, but they give back nutrients in the form of their own waste products. Birds are important animals in the complex web of life in the sea.